This is a lemon thyme zucchini loaf that I baked this morning. I modified my banana bread recipe, so I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out. Instead of bananas, I used 2 zucchinis. I upped the amount of oil and maple syrup in here. As well, I added half a jar of that Farm Boy lemon curd. That lemon curd is a bit too eggy for me. I omitted the dates and nuts, and I think those were the main changes that I made to the recipe. It's actually very moist, easy to cut into. My banana bread is usually a bit more dense. I used regular all-purpose flour. I also added more thyme compared to the banana bread I made. If I had more foresight, I would have bought a lemon, squeezed some juice in, as well as added some zest, but I didn't have a lemon. Okay, here we go. It is very moist because of the zucchini. It's really good. It's not very sweet at all, so I'm glad I added more maple syrup. There's not as much lemon as I was hoping for, but I do really like this. Hey everyone, I just finished recording my book progress update number 17, and I thought I would do a little vlogging since I am in a little bit of a chatty mood. Not super chatty, but more than usual, I guess. More than I have been lately. I think the one thing that I wanted to update you on, which is very top of mind, is my no news experiment. So thank you to those of you who left comments on my last vlog and told me about your experience. I actually had a very similar experience. I found there were a lot of benefits to stopping my consumption of the news. I have continued my no news experiment, so it's almost been 2 weeks now that I haven't been on Reddit, I haven't been on Twitter, I haven't been on Yahoo Finance, I haven't watched the news on television, I haven't watched any news clips or segments on YouTube, I haven't read Anti-Racism Daily, and I haven't read Abnormal Returns. So that is quite a lot of news that I was consuming, and not all of it was like doom and gloom. I had a lot of uplifting content on Reddit, which I mean, as like a comfort thing, I do not miss it. Miss is like too strong of a word. That part about Reddit didn't bother me, so eventually if I do integrate Reddit back into my life, maybe I will unsubscribe from the newsy type things and keep the more uplifting things, but I have seen a lot of benefits from just not being on Reddit so much. I think, on Reddit for at least 2 hours every single day. Probably even longer than that if you add up all the times I check it throughout the day. The other thing that I haven't been doing is listening to news podcasts. So I really am not keeping up with news at all. I do hear a few bits and pieces because hubby keeps up with the news and sometimes he will share things with me. And I don't know if he's like fully aware that I have quit the news. I told him I was going to do it, but I don't know. He still sees me on my phone a lot because I'm editing my book or I'm playing a game. So maybe he thinks I'm on Reddit, but maybe I'll clarify with him that I'm still in my no news experiment, because yesterday was particularly a lot of stuff coming my way. Him just like saying, have you heard this? Or did you hear that? Or it's like, look at this. And I'm like, It was one like particularly upsetting thing where it was like violence on the subway. And I was like, oh, I really don't want to see that. So yeah, that didn't put me in a great mood, but I didn't want to tell him right in that instant because I was like upset, so I wanted to wait until I was like a bit more calm. So today is the day that I'll be like, by the way, I'm still on my no news experiment. I mean, I don't mind hearing about stuff from time to time, I'm just not seeking it out, and yesterday was just a barrage. It was like one thing after another. But yeah, no news experiment is going really well. I've been writing a lot. I've been reading a lot. I've been listening to interview podcasts and audiobooks. So I've been really like in this
thoughtful place about my book. I have a lot of ideas. I also find that I'm in a better mood overall. I mean, I still get like little annoyances and frustrations, but overall I've been like more focused, whereas before I was like always really distracted, or I'd be like checking my phone and just letting the headlines drive my interest, whereas now I let my thoughts drive my interest. So if I'm naturally finding myself curious about something, or if I am working and I need to know something, I'll just Google that thing, I'll read about it, and then I will move on to something else that I'm doing in my day. I feel like I have more agency over the content that I'm consuming rather than just like, oh, let's see what's up today and see where I go from there. Now I'm like, I want to do this today. This is the information I need. I'll just seek that out. So I have read a few things on Reddit, but it's more like through Google, and then I'll just read that thing on Reddit and I'll close it. I feel like there was one more thing that I wanted to talk about. Oh, this is such a small thing. I feel like I've built it up now. But hubby and I decided not to renew the broth subscription from Impact Kitchen. So we had our last day of bone broth on April 20th, and it's been, you know, a few days since then. I don't really miss it. We did it for 3 months, and like I like having breaks from things. I've realized that I really like things to end. I like the completion. I feel like endings and completions provide so much room for new things, new opportunities, and new ideas and new experiments that I really love finishing things, even more so than beginning things. I used to think I loved beginning things and never ending them, but no, that's actually not true at all. I do love beginning things, but I love finishing them even more. And even if finishing them is like abandoning the project, that feels really good to me. So I do start things that I don't finish, but I consider them finished if I decide not to continue them. I don't know if I just like, I don't know. I feel like I talked in circles, but I think it makes sense. I'm not going to try again. I'm not going to try to say that again. But bone broth. So I don't miss it. We might subscribe again if they still offer it in the fall. The deciding factor for me, because I was like kind of on the fence about it, we're gonna be away in May and again like towards the end of June, early July. But since we were gonna miss like 2 weeks out of that 3-month period, I thought, you know what, let's just give it a break and then we can go back to it if we decide we want to in the fall. Fall and winter is a nice time for broth anyway. I mean, it's cold for us to go out to get it, but it's like very warming, and it feels very nourishing to have like a little broth on the side when I'm doing my work. So I mean, we'll see if we miss it. We can always resubscribe earlier.
I am on my morning walk and it's a beautiful day. So it turns out yesterday when I was talking about my no news experiment, hubby was awake in the bedroom and listening. So he actually commented later that he didn't know that I was still on the experiment. He thought it was going to be for a week, which it was, and then I would go back to, I guess, reading Reddit and the news and all of that good stuff. So he thought I was done when I wasn't. That came to a nice quick resolution.
Hubby and I got takeout from Wilbur today. He got the burrito bowl and I got 2 tacos because I'm not that hungry. I got the bulgogi taco and the grilled avocado taco. It comes with a little side of tortilla chips. And I've just got some bottled salsa. I bought some blue tortilla chips today, so I may get some more because I have like this really intense craving for salsa today. Those tacos were delicious. I think 2 is a good number for me when I'm not that hungry. Now I still have room for some tortilla chips. These are the ones I bought, the Neal Brothers Deep Blue. I normally stick to the lime tostitos because those are my favorite, but these were on sale. They were only $1.99, so I thought I would give them a try. I've had blue corn tortilla chips before. They're just, the color's just different, but otherwise I don't really taste any difference. Hubby and I are going to share these tortilla chips, and we are eating in front of the TV today because the baseball game got exciting. So let's try these blue corn chips. good. There's nothing too exciting about them, but they are yummy. I really love corn chips.
Hey everyone, it is Monday and I'm just getting ready for a writing session. And then I've got that Excel competition that I signed up for way back in, I think it was December, when I was watching the esports tournament. So this isn't really the same. This is more financial modeling. I think I knew that going into it, but I didn't realize I would get tired of it so quickly. So I did sign up for the entire year back in December, and that is thankfully only 8 rounds of competitions. You just do it on your own. You're allowed a maximum of 2 hours, and I have been pretty much taking the maximum time. This is going to be my 3rd one, so I've done 2 and I'm kind of over it. I think I was just curious as to where I would place, and I placed pretty much exactly where I thought I would. I'm around like 91st place out of around like 250 to 300 participants. So I mean, that's about where I expected to be. I like Excel and I do use it frequently, but I'm not a financial analyst. I don't use it for financial modeling. I've never worked in financial modeling, but I do enjoy Excel. So the competition, the first one was a lot of fun. I was really excited. I was a little bit discouraged by it because there was some stuff that was reminiscent of my university finance days. So they didn't really have anything to do with Excel. So I tried to dig back in my memory as to what these terms meant and how an increase or decrease in one thing would affect different financial statements. But that's not really what I wanted to do. I kind of just wanted to play in Excel, and that's why I signed up. So the financial modeling part hasn't been fun. The Excel stuff is, but I find it's already starting to feel a little bit repetitive. So if I recall correctly, the first competition was in January, and as I mentioned, I was really excited for it. It's 3 cases. The first one was a mix of just like short questions, but wasn't really Excel based at all. The second case was my favorite out of the 3, and it had like neighborhoods and really interesting configurations of like maps and stuff. So that was neat to see on Excel, and that was fun to play with. I scored okay on that one. I scored pretty well on that one, but I didn't get like the huge model because those are actually really involved. I think even if I had unlimited time, I wouldn't have landed where I was supposed to land to answer all of the questions. My Excel skills just aren't that great. They're okay. I mean, like they're kind of like mid-level, but they're not grandmaster level, which is what they're calling the Excel wizards. I think they're trying to take the terms from chess. So the third case was like a really huge financial model. I didn't feel motivated to use my brain power to like work through this problem, and it was just like such a huge case and such a huge model that I just went through and I answered as many questions as I could, and I kind of like mentally quit after that. So I just guessed for the rest, and it's multiple choice, so guessing is expected. I don't remember the second competition all that well. I think it was in March. And now that I'm digging back in my memory, I did really like the first case, which was very quick and easy. It was basically finding errors in an existing Excel model. So just fixing the formulas, and I thought that was fun. I think I liked the second case as well, and I did pretty well on that one, although I don't remember much about it. And then the third one was again this monster model that I just like mentally checked out of. In a few hours, and I have done my writing session, I have had lunch, I have done my Excel competition, and I've also had a quick power nap. Only 15 minutes today. I try to budget 20 to 30 minutes for my nap, but I just really needed to rest my brain after that Excel thing. I did make somewhat of an effort for probably about an hour and a half out of the 2 hours, and then I submitted around 15-20 minutes early because I didn't want to think anymore. And once again, the second case I think was probably my favorite. It's usually the most different from financial modeling. So this one was train schedules. I really like working with dates and times. So I think I did okay on that one, but I didn't really want to put in the effort for the more detailed calculations. So I kind of stopped when it got a bit complex. The last case again was just too much for me. And then the first case was a lot of finance stuff, and I am very much not in that world anymore. I am going to do some work for the writing studio now. Hubby is coming home early today, and I think we're just gonna grab some takeout. Hubby and I decided to try Chick-fil-A for dinner. We've been meaning to go to the first location, but it's not that close to us, so we haven't made our way out there. But they opened one a lot closer to us. So we got the classic chicken sandwich, 2 of them. We got, I think it's 12 pieces of nuggets. They are tiny, so small. And then these are the sauces we chose. You're allowed 2 sauces with each sandwich and 3 sauces with the 12-pack of nuggets. So we got 3 of the Chick-fil-A sauces, 2 of the Polynesian, the zesty buffalo, and also the garden herb ranch sauce. Here's what the classic sandwich looks like.
Had the first few bites of the sandwich. It's really good. It's very plain. The classic sandwich is only the chicken, couple pickles, couple slices of pickles, the bun, and I guess I don't know if they butter the bread or if it's just the grease from the chicken. I added the Chick-fil-A sauce to one half and the Polynesian sauce to the other half. The Polynesian sauce is kind of like a sweet and sour sauce. And then the Chick-fil-A sauce, oh, that's good. It's like a tangy, I don't know if it's mayonnaise or there's like
mustard,
smokiness. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's like a smokiness to it, mustardy, kind of tangy. I'm sure there's some mayo in there. Maybe a tiny bit spicy. Is it? Can't tell. It's good though. I really like the Chick-fil-A sauce. It's yummy. So yeah, I like it. I would get this again. Probably wouldn't eat it too often. Maybe the next time I get this, I'll dress it up with some lettuce and some cheese. Hubby likes it too.
Yeah.
I haven't tried the nugget yet. Maybe I'll try one. You want to try a nugget? I'll try it with the Chick-fil-A sauce.
It's better than McDonald's.
Different. I guess it's like pieces of chicken, not that like compacted meat like McDonald's. These are actually chicken pieces, breaded and deep fried. I like it.
It is Tuesday and the results of the Excel competition came in. I didn't think I did very well in this stage, but I guess I guessed some things correctly because I basically finished around 91st again, and my overall ranking went up a little bit because I guess maybe not everyone participated in this round. So if someone participated in the first 2 rounds but not the 3rd round, their ranking would go down. And because I participated in all 3 and was like fairly consistent in all of them, my ranking went up a bit. So now I'm 84th out of, I think they have like 300 or so participants. And of course, some people sign up and they don't actually participate. I always do fill out the feedback survey. So I've been consistently asking for more general Excel-based problems and not things to do with financial analysis, but it seems like I'm probably in the minority there. The next stage isn't until June, so I have a little break in May, which is perfect because May is always a very busy month with birthdays. There is a function that I need to learn. This function I see everywhere. I think most people who play around in Excel know how to use this function, but I never use it. It's called index match. It's actually 2 functions that you combine. index and match, so I have to learn to use both. I don't currently use either. I have used them in my models before, but it's basically from Googling how to do stuff and then I copy and paste the formula, so I don't actually know how to develop the formula myself. So I'll need to learn that because I think that would have come in handy for all 3 stages. I got stuck in a lot of them because I go like the very old school approach. I use VLOOKUP a lot, and I also use pivot tables and filters a ton, and I'm able to get some answers with those, obviously, because I'm doing okay. I'm like getting by, but index match would come in very handy to build some of the bigger models. But the models this time around were huge, so I wouldn't have had the mental capacity to do those anyway. But I think learning index match will be a fun little project for me moving forward, and I'll need to force myself to use that because I'm so kind of like stuck in my ways with Excel that I don't branch out all that much, because what I know, the basics that I do know, they tend to work a lot of the time for the stuff I need Excel to do. But yeah, that is a wrap on the whole Excel competition thing. I realized I haven't talked about it at all in any of these vlogs, and maybe I'll give like a final update towards the end of the year. I do plan to watch the Excel as esports live stream again, because that was really fun for me. I very much enjoyed that. So I'm hoping they're going to stream it again on YouTube and then I'll be able to watch it. So thank you to my friend again for introducing me to that. Right now I'm thinking I'm not going to sign up next year. I have this thing where I haven't been wanting to plan too far ahead in my calendar. I'm really liking to have a lot of empty space in my calendar so I can plan writing sessions and such to work on my book, because that really is my primary focus right now. So I don't really want to commit so much time, but we'll see. If the competition kind of changes and does become a little more general as to the topics that they cover, then I might be interested in signing up again. But as it stands now, with all of the huge financial and real estate models, is just not capturing my interest. The calendar thing is something that's very different from my past. I used to like booking things way in advance, just like knowing exactly what I'm gonna do and when, filling in all the gaps. But now I just love the emptiness of it all. I don't know if I'm gonna learn index match just yet. Maybe I'll just like do a quick search and read about them a little bit. I don't know if I feel like being in Excel right this instant. Hubby and I are going to have a barbecue chicken wraps for dinner. So I bought a barbecue chicken from the grocery store. I'm also going to toss some bits of romaine lettuce in the Chick-fil-A sauce. I might make that into like a more dressing type consistency with just some like neutral oil so I don't really impact the flavor. And then we've got some shredded cheese to put in the wrap. I'm also going to have some tortilla chips with salsa because we still have a bit left. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to dinner. Hi everyone, and welcome to Wednesday. I was editing my vlog yesterday and it's already pretty long, so I think I'm gonna wrap things up now. I've got a period headache that came on last night as I was going to bed. I thought maybe I'd try to sleep it off, but I'm probably gonna have to take a Tylenol today to keep that at bay. I'm hoping some coffee will help as well. The only thing I wanted to update you on is that I did learn to use index match yesterday. I went ahead and applied myself. I focused on reading about how to use them, and then I tried it in my finances spreadsheet. Didn't take very long at all, maybe around like 5 minutes. I think the trick is to actually remember to use the function rather than defaulting to my standard VLOOKUP, and also trying to find applications to use that. So having the functions come to mind when I'm trying to solve a problem in Excel. That requires practice and time. So I'll continue on with it. But now I'm a little more excited for stage 4. I think that's going to be it for this vlog. I do feel like I am vlogging a little bit more frequently now that I'm doing my no news experiment because I have more time. It feels like I have a lot more time because I'm not spending so many hours scrolling through Reddit or news headlines. I do have a few things that I did plan in advance. I'm still not super spontaneous, let's be honest here. I still like, a couple days notice or a week's notice for things. And I don't mind booking bigger things in advance when I have to, but yeah, these couple of things we've had planned for a while. So we've got a dinner on Saturday that I'm excited about at a new restaurant. So I'll be vlogging for sure on Saturday. And then towards the end of May, hubby and I are going to be taking a short road trip to Elora. I'm really looking forward to that because both hubby and I haven't been there before, but one of hubby's coworkers recommended it. We'll see how that goes. Most people go to Elora for a day or like one night, overnight trip, weekend trip. And we're going for a week. I don't know if there's going to be a whole lot of new experiences one after the other the entire week, but there are a bunch of different eateries that we want to try. And I don't mind just like sitting and relaxing with like a hot tea or coffee and a book. That just sounds so nice. That's coming up in May. We're bringing Lulu with us, and of course I'll be vlogging. So I do have things coming up that I will be vlogging, but I'm feeling like more vlogging energy. I feel like my vlogging energy has been up and down, but it's like a bit more down than it is up, which is why my vlogging frequency isn't as high as it used to be. I'm also doing less stuff, so everything's kind of like pretty repetitive, but I do really still enjoy putting these vlogs together. I find it a lot of fun. I will end it here. I hope you're all doing well, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.